Hello again, welcome back to Flannels Briar. I'm Gareth. Just sitting out in the back garden on a fairly cool still October morning. Enjoying some Bob's Chocolate Flake in my little Lumberman. City Deluxe Lumberman, London made. Still fairly early October. Lately around here anyway, it's been like the mornings are pretty crisp and cool, and then by the afternoon it warms up to about 80 or so. This weekend it's supposed to, I think, actually hit close to 90, which is pretty yucky as far as I'm concerned for October. I always look forward to October because usually that's when the weather's actually fall-like again. I have today off because I have to work on Saturday, unfortunately. Work 12 hours on Saturday, yay. Can't wait. I usually only work like 8-hour shifts, so. But figured I'd head to the backyard and enjoy a pipe while it's still nice out. Yeah, it'll be nice enough this afternoon too, but I started watching my lecture for this week. I'm taking a world religion and parapsychology class. So this is the first week of that. It's an 8-week class taught by the Rhine Institute's Education Center. They're based in North Carolina. It's not at Duke University. It is a long story. I don't want to go into all this, but apparently drove right past the place about a week ago without even really realizing. I knew that the original parapsychology department was at Duke University that J.B. Rhine worked at, but yeah, I didn't realize we were going so close to the actual Rhine Institute's like office. You know, we're on the interstate in North Carolina by Durham. Is that where Duke University is? Anyway, wherever Duke is at. But yeah, earlier this summer I took a parapsychology and Christianity class. It was a 4-week class, but that was a really good class. But yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better about the disappointment of the AT hike that didn't happen. I mean, time helps, I guess. Time helps, and just thoughts of the future of going out and giving it another shot at some point. Another little section hike shot, but it was a week ago. Last Wednesday, we woke up in Charleston, West Virginia, drove all the way home here to basically, well, north central Kansas. It was a long drive. With that wonderful little stop off in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Visited the Mothman statue. It was only like, I don't know, 8:30 in the morning, so didn't have time to do much of anything. The Mothman Museum is there, but it wasn't open. I did have one additional thought about the whole hike that didn't happen thing, and that was before I went on the trip, I put together a playlist of songs on Spotify which I downloaded on my phone. That way I can listen to them without any service. And when I go camping, I listen to a lot of by myself. I pretty much always go by myself, and I tend to listen to a lot of podcasts and audiobooks and stuff like that. And and I do enjoy listening to the sounds of nature, and I do that as well. But sometimes, especially if you're hiking long miles, it can at times be helpful to listen to something that kind of keeps your mind off the fact that you're putting on so many miles in a day. So anyway, hence the playlist I put together. And I looked online for some suggestions of what other people thought were good songs for like an Appalachian Trail hiking playlist, that sort of thing. And kind of came up with some of my own ideas. Things that fit that part of the world. I could give examples, but it's not really important. But there's one song that I put on there by a group called Lord Huron. I think it's called The Night We Met. And I think it was a song that may have been, I don't know if it was like a suggested song or something that somebody else suggested, some Reddit thing or something I read. But I'm slightly surprised I included that song on that playlist. I love the song, but I guess the more I listen to it, it doesn't really seem to have a whole lot to do with hiking, I guess. But anyway, back about 9 years ago, I think, when they made Bill Bryson's book, A Walk into the Woods, about he and his friends' failed attempt at hiking the Appalachian Trail, they made it into a movie with Robert Redford and Nick Nolte, I think. And there were a few Lord Huron songs in the movie on the soundtrack. And I can't remember if The Night We Met was one of them or not. But anyway, there was a kind of connection with that band and the trail and that sort of way. But anyway, the lyrics to that song, The Night We Met, my bizarre nighttime experience of hiking, probably not even a mile worth of the Appalachian Trail, the night after a hurricane came through, that brief weird encounter and the disappointment of having to get off the trail and all that. There's several of the lines of that song fit how I feel about that situation so perfectly that it's just it really surprises me. It just fits it so well. I mean, the song itself, I think, is really about, two people not being together anymore, and the singer saying, take me back to the night we met, and all this stuff. But anyway, I feel I can apply like about half, well, at least a third or so of the lyrics of that song to how I feel about my brief encounter with the Appalachian Trail. And it's a song that I put it on that playlist, and after the fact almost kind of questioned why I did, but yet it turned out to be so perfect. But anyway, that was just an additional thing that had occurred to me about that whole hike thing, because it's time to move on with life. I'll eventually get back out there and they'll get the trail cleaned up and all that. I have to say, the last several days, I've been watching quite a bit of stuff about what's going on in western North Carolina, and yeah, I don't even know what to say about all that. Like, every time I hear stuff, it just turns out to be it's worse than I had originally thought. The whole Hurricane Helene thing, and the fact that we kind of wandered sort of right into all that, pretty much right after the worst of it had gone through there. Not that we were all that much in western North Carolina, but we're a little bit of western North Carolina. And yeah, wow. And here we have another bad hurricane getting ready to hit Florida. I don't know, I'm just kind of left speechless by a lot of the stories of stuff from especially in North Carolina. But moving on to other things. Well, I donated some money to Samaritan's Purse the other day because it sounded like a good organization to donate to, and I donated a couple of Sawyer water filters. I sent them to police department out in North Carolina that was collecting stuff to send to the disaster area. Hopefully those filters will help. Hopefully somebody gets, the people that get them can really put them to good use, because you can filter a lot of water with those things and backflush them and keep using them and that sort of thing. So hopefully they really help give a good number of people some clean drinking water. And after I donated to Samaritan's Purse, I ran across a couple videos talking about Samaritan's Purse and like the relief efforts they're doing and all that. And just I already thought that they already sound like a good organization to donate to, and you know, that just kind of helped reinforce that. But still thinking of those folks and praying for them and all that sort of stuff from half a country away now, half of the country away. But yeah, I wish the weather here would, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm complaining about the weather being too warm here, whereas other people got hit with horrible disasters or about ready to get hit with another hurricane. But it'd be nice if the weather would cool down and act more October-like here. Here in about a week and a half, next weekend, this coming weekend, whatever, you know what I mean. The weekend in a week and a half, I'm gonna try to go out and go camping. I haven't gone camping since like the end of April, I don't think. Just when it gets a little bit too warm and there's too many ticks out and that sort of thing, I don't tend to really camp that much around here anyway. So that should be enjoyable. I mean, it's probably going to be a little bit warmer than I'd like, but oh well. Not like I can control that. Then in November, I'll probably be going back down to the Elk River Trail and hiking that. Do a little 30-mile backpacking trip along it, which I was planning to do anyway, but at least I guess it can also serve as, at least I got out and did one little backpacking trip, even if I was hoping for two this year. But anyway, that's where things are standing in my little part of the world, you know, family health wise, and that things are seem to be more stable and chugging along in the normal way that they're going to. So that's a good thing. The leaves are starting to, not really turning here in north central Kansas. I guess our maple tree is just, there's hints of red along the edges of the leaves. The birch tree in front of me is slowly dropping some leaves. Does that in the summer. It gets really hot too. I finally figured out I need to make sure to water it when it gets like over 100 for a few days. That seems to help it with the heat stress. Help minimize it dropping leaves in the middle of summer. I think both this birch tree and the maple tree behind me I don't think that they like the alkaline soil we have here. We have a lot of limestone in Kansas, although here there's more. It's more of like a see more iron-rich sandstone, and I say that because it's so red and rust-colored. But with the alkaline soil, despite the fact that I think we have plenty of iron around here, the trees can't get enough iron, so they get chlorotic, and their leaves are kind of a sickly pale green. But I've been trying to fight this problem ever since we bought this house 3 years ago, and everything I've tried, soil acidifier, all this stuff hasn't really worked. So I finally got some, I ordered some like sulfur pellets. That's supposed to help, so I'm going to try that. Try to get these trees looking healthier. But yeah, fall's, well, I guess fall is sort of here. It doesn't feel so much like it, except in the mornings. But anyway, yeah, that's what's going on here. Um, yeah, hopefully I can kind of keep this up where I can find the time to record a video here and there without necessarily going camping or whatever. But yeah, like I've kind of said before, I tend not to really record these when my wife's around, just because, I don't know, she kind of gives me crap about it. I'm not even completely sure if she knows I have a actual dedicated pipe channel or not. She's made comments about hearing me like talking in the backyard and stuff like that before. But anyway, like today, I'm at home because I don't have to work today. She's at work. Perfect opportunity. It's nice outside. But anyway, enough of that. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you here and hopefully in the not too distant future. Hope you all are doing well. And I'm Gareth with Mountain Coffee. See, I did it again. I haven't done that for a while. Mountain Coffee Outdoors. No. Flint Hills Briar. I'll see you next time.